Hello and welcome to the Jason Eldridge Photo Show. In this video, we're going to talk about the ThinkTank Darklight 20L camera bag. What every photographer needs, another camera bag. So a couple of weeks ago, I'm looking through my emails and I get something from ThinkTank on a new bag that they've come out with, the Darklight 20L. And I gotta be honest, I just closed the app down and I didn't think about it very much. But there was something about the bag itself that caught my attention, and I went back and looked a little bit closer. So it's a bit smaller than the typical bags that I go for. I usually go for a little bit larger because sometimes I'm gonna be doing hikes and I wanna be able to attach tripods and all that. And this is not a bag that you can do that with, though you could put a small travel tripod on the side of it without a problem. But I reached out to ThinkTank, and in full disclosure, they did send me a review copy of the bag, which is what we're going to go over today. But they in no way told me what I had to say in the review. And I've got some positive things to say about it, and a couple of things that I think that they could improve on with the bag, maybe with the next version that they come out with. But I gotta be honest, I really like this bag. And there's a few reasons. Number one, it doesn't look like a camera bag. So if you're going downtown in a city or something like that, you can carry this and it doesn't resemble a camera bag. It doesn't scream to everybody that's there, hey, this guy is a photographer. It looks just like a normal backpack. And it's got some military style webbing on it so you can put anything you want, Velcro across the back so you can put your patches on it if you want. But just keep in mind that the more you add, of course, the heavier that it gets. But this bag is surprising. If you go look on their website, you can see all the details. Now, I'm not going to go over those details with you because you can probably read. I may put them up here on the screen. But if you want to go see the weight and dimensions and all that kind of stuff, then you can go do that. I just want to talk about the bag from my personal experience. Now, I carry a Z9. That is a full frame, big, massive camera body. Now, nowhere in their literature does it say it will fit a camera with a grip or a professional size body like the Z9. But I took a chance anyway. I wanted to see how it worked out. And surprisingly, it fits a Z9 with a Really Right Stuff L bracket attached. And now it's very tight when I go to zip it up, but it zips up just fine. The only caveat is it also talks about being able to carry a MacBook Pro 16-inch, which I have, and my MacBook Pro 16-inch fits perfectly in there, but it doesn't fit in there with the Z9. Now, if it were about an inch wider, it would have fit. So that's going to be one thing that I would suggest, is that they make this a little bit larger to fit those of us who have the professional size bodies or the camera bodies that have the battery grips put on them. Now, I know that the Z8 with the battery grip is a little bit wider than the Z9, so I'm not sure how that would fit. But I can say that the Z9 fits in there and it does a great job of it. It just doesn't fit in there when I put the MacBook Pro in there. Now, if you've got any Sony body or any Nikon body or any Fuji body that's not the extra large or the battery gripped, it's going to fit in there with that just fine. Now, what's amazing is I could get the Z9 with an attached 100 to 400, my 14 to 24 2.8, and my 24 to 120 f4. All of those fit in there just fine, along with a bunch of filters and my clicker and anything else that I wanted. And that's not including anything on the front pouch where you can slide some stuff in. It also doesn't include any of the attachments that I could get for the bag to expand a little bit, like a water bottle attachment or something like that. Now, this camera bag does carry a tripod on the side, but I would say it'd be a little bitty tripod. A little tiny travel tripod would work fine. Anything larger than that, I don't think is going to work at all. It also screams camera bag if you put a tripod on it, or if you put a sticker on the back that says photographer. They're gonna know. But overall, this bag is very light with all of that equipment in it. So it's light on its own, hence the Darklight 20L. It's very light on its own, but even with all of that camera gear in there, it's amazing how easy it is to put on. Now, what's cool is you have top access, so you unzip it and you can pull out your camera with its attached lens, and you can put it back in. Even the Z9 with that 100 to 400, believe it or not, just comes right out of the bag and you can put it right back in, no problem at all. I like that top access. It also has back access, so you can unzip the whole thing and open it up. And what I like about it, it does have a nice little strap for your waist, and you can pull it around on the front, open it up, hold it, and then you can reach in and work out of the camera bag and then zip it back up and pull it back around on your back. Now what's good about that is I live in Florida and I do work in the Everglades. The Everglades is a very wet and nasty place. So there are times when I'm up to my thighs in water and I have nowhere to set the camera bag down. So this gives me the option of being able to pull it around, unzip it, and work out of it. Now, obviously I love this bag, and chances are I'll be using it a lot, especially if I'm not going to be doing any hiking. So if I'm going to be doing hiking, I am going to go with a different bag. Any long hikes, 2 miles, 3 miles, something like that, I'm going to go with a different bag, because a different bag would allow me to put a little bit more in there, some extra food, some extra clothing if I need, whatever I happen to need. It'll help me carry a bigger tripod, etc. But if I'm not going on a hike, I'm probably going to be using this bag most often because of how easy it is to access the camera gear, how light it is with all of the camera gear in it, and the fact that it doesn't look like a camera bag. So if I'm walking around, I don't scream photographer. Now, I want to talk about one of the negatives. Actually, there's two. I think I mentioned one already, is that I wish it were just an inch wider, and then it would fit that Z9 with my MacBook Pro in it. But as it is, it won't fit those. But like I said before, if you have any other camera, it's going to work just fine. So the other thing that I would want is the harness system. The belt strap is fine. It's relatively thin and it is removable, so that's good if you don't like belt straps. But the shoulder harnesses are a little bit close together for somebody like me who's a little bit wide in the shoulders. And so I feel like it pushes in a little bit on me while I'm carrying it, but it's not a big deal because it is in fact light. And the harness system is good, but not great. So they could improve this bag tremendously by making it a little bit wider and changing out the harness system. You could even go with a little bit lighter of a harness system on it. But for me, it's not as comfortable as one of the other bags that I use that I'm not going to mention in this review. But if you want to send me an email and ask what bag that is, I'll let you know. But again, overall, I would say 9 out of 10 if I'm giving it a rating. It is excellent. It is extremely well built, which is what ThinkTank does. They build things extremely well. And it fits everything amazingly well. I mean, I still cannot believe that in a 20 liter I'm getting a Z9 and 3 total lenses and filters and clickers and room for more. So if this is a camera bag that you're interested in, believe it or not, it's under $200 for the MSRP. Now, I do have an affiliate link, and you'll see that in the comments below or the show notes below. If you go through that affiliate link, it doesn't cost you anymore, but it does let them know that you found this bag through me, and I would greatly appreciate it. But again, it's under $200, and in the world of camera bags, that is a bargain. This is an excellent bag. 9 out of 10. Use my affiliate link, and thank you for watching. But before you go, hit the like button, the subscribe, and ring the little bell so that you can be notified anytime I put out new content. And I really appreciate you watching. Now, grab your camera, get off the couch, escape, explore, and create.